Okay. It's fine. We have some new evidence to work with. Yeah, we did. We did that. Turn to the crux of the matter. Tell me about this knife. Plenty of knives around our place, If that bally thing, you'll have a job of proving it, will I? Will I? Well, what about this?
Objection.
Yeah. Done. Case closed. We've got it. This little tip of this knife was found in your pipe. The rest of this knife was found in the victim's spine. That's it, we win. That's it, we win. We've achieved victory. We've proven the hypothesis that we had was correct. That's dyslexia. You have dyslexia. Ryu! Ryu, do not mock the dyslexic. It's my job. It is indeed a tiny little scrap of metal. It is indeed a crucial piece of evidence. We found it in the pipe just now. Buddy, Van Zeeks, okay, this is what happened in universe, right? So in universe, Ryu asked if we could have his testimony amended about the pipe, and the judge was like, fuck no. And then Susato was like, okay, fine, but can we look at the knife? And the judge was like, yeah, all right, fine. Can we look at the pipe? And the judge was like, yeah, okay, fine, you can look at the pipe. And then Ryu and Susato huddled at the defense table, and they looked at the pipe, and they twisted it, and they flipped it upside down, and somebody noticed something glinty, and then they looked, and they shook it, and something fell into Ryu's hand. And he looked at it, and he looked at the pipe, and he looked at it, and he looked at the pipe, and he looked at Susato, and he looked at it, and he raised his finger as though he had an idea, at which point Susato, having had the same idea, placed the knife in his hand. And he unfolded the knife, and he took the little piece of metal that he had found in the pipe, and he pieced them together and went, oh ho, I see. Interesting. And then he put the little sliver of metal in an evidence bag, and then he closed up the knife, and then he put the knife back in its evidence bag, and then he put the pipe back in the pipe's evidence bag, and he returned all of these items to the bailiff, and then he resumed his questioning. What conclusion do you think he drew, Van Zeeks? I wonder how that got there. What do you think? What do you think? Now, the judge was all the way on the other side of the room. This isn't really a cheek smash time. This is, you've got this, Ryu. We've got this. This is done. This is done. This is done. I am, in fact, quite confident. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What goes with the piece of the knife? Why, it's the other piece of the knife. Also known as the knife, actually. Yeah, but gross, but also... I'm just gonna let him twist. Yeah, no, go on. Tell me more about your hypothesis. I want to hear how grand a theory you can cook up in 20 seconds before I just say, actually, dipshit, I have the answer right here. Spoiler alert, dipshit, I actually have the answer right here.
Objection!
It's not the case. It's not. I just let you talk for a while. Prove yourself to be stupid. Yeah. I'm winner. I've achieved victory. I've proven my hypothesis. The lady hucked a knife at the dude. The tip of the knife broke off in the pipe. The rest of the knife thunked off the pane of the window, and then it went down thanks to gravity, at which point it went right into a lady's spine. Good golly gosh indeed, Your Honor. That's very racist. Hold on. That's excessively racist. A miracle. It's not a miracle, it's a cheap knife thrown aggressively. A miracle. That's true. 'Cause there was huckin'. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles. Yeah, well. Oh, you know she's upset because her cheeks are a-jiggling. She got that Richard Nixon face going. I am not a crook. I am not a crook. The Supreme Court ruled that my actions are totally above board because I am not a crook. It's a very bad Richard Nixon impression, but it's better than Richard Nixon can do these days because he's dead. She missed. Which caused the tip to break off and go in the bowl of the pipe. Which Mr. Garadeb didn't notice because it's actually a binky for him. He doesn't even smoke. That would track, actually. He doesn't smoke. That would explain why it's... Like, if it's broken, it would be a very bad functional pipe. But if it's just a safety, soothing, you know, it's like a stress toy for him, you know? It's a fidget. He's got himself a mouth fidget. Sorry. It's... Anyway, if it's not an actual functional pipe and it's just a decorative / pacifying piece, then it would make perfect sense that he hasn't actually, you know, fished out the rather large hunk of metal from the bowl. Ricocheted off the pipe, flew out the open window, whacked off the pane, went with gravity, thukata splish, into a spine. We've established this. Terribly sorry, Joni.
Objection!
Oh, God, Van Zeeks. Come on, bud. Do you have another hypothesis? 'Cause mine's gone from plausible to correct. Great. Your hypothesis is that this guy just stabbed a lady on account of wanting to stab a lady. Like, you've got nothing. You've got You've got nothing but racism and wine. Which makes you very Italian. Oh, he did the boot again. There's an insurmountable... I'd like to hear this. Go on. He's grasping at straws, maybe. Possibly. He might have something. I don't know. Tell me. Yeah. Right. And? Oh. We have to establish that she was bent over to pick up the book. I established to myself, and all of you fine people watching at home, several minutes ago, like maybe an entire episode ago, I don't know, I haven't chopped these up yet, that the lady was bent over, picking up the flaming book, when the knife went into her spine. But we have not yet established in-game that the lady was bent over, picking up the burning book, when the knife went into her spine. And we will now take 45 minutes to do so. Okay. Uh-huh. I mean, you skipped a step, but okay. Those are things that happened. Those are not all of the things that happened, but... Uh-huh. Yeah, but that's not... Yeah, but you skipped a step. Ryu, you have the evidence to... Ryu, you have the... Yeah, but she was bent over picking up the book. We have the book. We have the police officer's testimony that he found her holding the book. This is not a leap. I was gonna say this should not be a mighty leap or a big leap or a long leap. This isn't even a leap. You have all of the evidence. We have all of the testimony. The lady was bent over, picking up the book. Oh, boy. Okay. The lady was bent over, picking up the book. No, Your Honor. Well, yes, Your Honor, because the defense is not actually... The character is not actually as smart as the player. The player has this all figured out. The game is gonna take its time. No, it's not. Well, Ryu, make the obvious logical conclusion. Can the spirit of Kazuma come up to inspire me to make the obvious logical conclusion here? We have the... You have the... It's not even an inconsistency. It's a thing that hasn't been explained. There is no fact. Yes. Better. That's it. Yeah. Like the simple, obvious explanation of how the book got in her hand. Kita says, yes, we've established this. The book was in her hand. The book was in her hand. We have a photo of the book being in her hand. The book was in her hand. The book was in her hand. Bullshit. Don't point at me.
Objection.
Criminy. No, it does not. Okay. Yes. I mean, that's true. You're correct. This statement of yours is correct under normal circumstances. For you see, she was bent over. Like she was very clearly... Okay. Yeah. 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 Is the flame he burned book. Is the book what was smoldering and on fire. Present the evidence of which you speak. Okay. Hopefully this is actually the last thing in this trial, because my God, they've made a meal out of this one. Evidence that explains how the fallen knife became notched in the victim's back is the book that was in the victim's hand that the victim was bent over picking up.
Take that!
Dun 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 dun, etc. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. And we know that this scene was staged, but we have the officer's sworn testimony that he staged it according to how he found it in the first place. Yes, because that's how he found it, according to him. My whole thing relies on you trusting the testimony of a police officer who was just revealed to be incompetent and corrupt and criminally negligent, but ignore that. I need you to ignore that. He said that it was like that when he found it, and we're just gonna take him on that word because it's convenient for me. Police officers never lie under oath when their testimony supports my point. Mm-hmm. See, he said that thing. That means that thing is true. Don't apply this logic to other cases, but in this case, the thing the cop said is the thing that happened. Yep. Totally true and accurate statement by the honorable, upstanding, fact-spouting police officer, man. That's him. Good old trusty T. Trustman. Mm-hmm. Should say so. Yeah, no. No, she has in fact been in a coma for several days after one accidentally fell. Like she wasn't even attacked, it just kind of happened. Boy, Jingo! Well, hey, Garrett got it. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 She was walking. Listen, I already did this. You remember? We already did it with the hoopa doop and the book and the whoop. What's the book? And then the yeah, we already did that. So, man, don't take a shot every time I do the gimmick, because you're dead. You're just dead. Mm-hmm. What would you do? You were walking along and suddenly you see a smoldering book. Mm-hmm. 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 Just bent over to pick up the book. And then a knife comes from the sky. thokata, 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 thokata. Into her spine. Into her spine. Ah, my spine. Now there's a knife in it. Yup. Oh no. Yeah, you've got it. Well, there was a real culprit. It was just kind of an accident. Yeah. Yeah! And now the lady's conveniently come out of her coma to agree that she was bending over to pick up a book and then suddenly she was in a coma? Yeah? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh, no, we can't be doing sympathy for the people who were criminally negligent and helped a lady get... No, we can't be doing this again. We already did this for the cop. Now we're gonna do it for the knife-eating wife maid stabber? Who's next? The hash-slinging slasher? Uh-oh. Johnny's all glary at me. You did do that thing. You did do that thing. Listen, these are factual statements. I'm glad that you're admitting them. It saves us the trouble of having another trial for you. Well. Oh, are they gonna do the... Oh, they're gonna... Okay, that's cute. If they do the same thing that the... Oh. Oh. No. Okay. That one was all... Oh, he caught her! But, John, your knee! Johnny, your knee! Johnny, don't drop the... Don't drop her... Oh, don't... Oh, oh... Well, his heart was in the right place. His poor knee. Okay, so can we assume that she's gonna render a verdict of not guilty? Or... Okay. Great. Uh-huh. I mean, there's a lady in a coma. Like, you don't just be fine after being in a coma for... Is she ever gonna walk again? Do we know if this woman can ever walk again? Oh, is the lady out of the coma to confirm the story? Good. So she might. Okay. Yeah, well, she's been in a coma. She's not even out of a coma yet! She's not out of danger! Okay, new rule. New rule. Blanket statement. You're not out of danger until you're out of a coma. How about that? You have to be out of a coma before we say you're out of danger. Can we agree on that as, like, a society? Do we need 16 words to pronounce you not guilty? Or will 2 suffice? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's go with that. That's what he did. It's true. We've been very mean to him. You've been exposed to the systemic problems with our society. And also, we accused you of attempted murder. Oops. Can we get to the... Oh, no. He's going to do a dance, isn't he? Nope, he sighed. You didn't do anything wrong, though. Buddy, you didn't do anything wrong. Well... Okay, you ran away when you should have rendered aid. I know you're not, like, CPR trained or nothing, but... Check to see if the lady's alive and then run for a cop. That would have been a reasonable course of action. Instead, you did kinda just book it. You did kinda book it, which, I mean, not illegal, maybe not ideal. A lot of people assumed she was dead. She must be a very heavy coma. Like, she must be in a very heavy coma. I was gonna say a heavy coma sleeper, but that doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean... Buddy... You're living in abject squalor and quite possibly being poisoned in a windowless basement apartment maintained by a bourgeois fuck who boarded up your source of sunlight to save himself a couple of shillings. No wonder you can't relax. Fog spirits. This is what happens when you don't have a proper social safety net in your country. People start believing in fog spirits. I mean, yeah, it would have been ideal if you did that. Your explanation for your actions is understandable, though. Buddy, you haven't done shit. They accused you of attempted murder. They accused you of attempted murder and you're here apologizing. Buddy! Yeah, the mischievous spirit is racism. And a hint of capitalism. And imperialism. And all sorts of isms. We were befooled by this... God, that spirit is racism. I don't know how else to say it. Thanks to the prosecutor. I know he helped at the end. I understand that he was helpful at the end when his goose was well and truly cooked. But until then, thanks to that guy, that lying, potentially murderous fuck? No, not thanks to him. You've not exorcised the spirit of racism from your fucking country. You vapid Victorian idiot. Mm-hmm. Oh, you must ask. I think it's gonna be 5 not guilty and 1 abstain. We've reached a fair and just conclusion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why? John, you don't get to... You don't get to... No, you don't get to do that! Right at the end. Listen. Listen, right at the end. This game has done the most ridiculous jury bullshit that it's done for this entire case. And listen, this case, this started with the defendant's landlady being allowed to serve on the jury, right? The defendant's landlady was allowed to serve on the jury. A key witness in a murder trial that happened yesterday, who I accused of murder and who very clearly harbors resentment against me is on the jury. For that matter, was Bruce Fairplay exonerated? It's entirely possible that an actual murderer was on the jury, and I was just onto it. So the defendant's landlady and a possible actual murderer were allowed on the jury. That's bad. And then, over the course of the trial, it became clear that the defendant's landlord and landlady, who, I might add, one of which is a fucking juror, may have had a key part in the fucking incident, given that their personal property was found at the scene of the crime with no obvious explanation for its provenance. And yet, that juror was not allowed to testify until multiple other circumstances arose wherein it became very clear that it was not only possible, but likely that the defendant's landlady had at least some knowledge of the incidents that led to this accident, if not, was actually culpable of them herself. And then finally, that juror was forced, not even allowed, but forced to testify, and was not replaced as a juror until a medical emergency befell that juror. The juror had to be helped out of the courtroom to receive medical attention, at which point a sitting juror who is the defendant's landlady was replaced on the jury panel by her husband, who has not been present for the entire trial, who has not seen all of the evidence and testimony that has been presented, and is himself impossibly contradicted against actually being an impartial juror because he is the defendant's landlord. That is the most ridiculous jury thing this game has ever done. But he's gonna vote not guilty and my client's gonna get acquitted, so, you know, it's fine. Yes, it does mean you'll finally be able to get home. Corker of the story. Okay.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Thank you. Yay, white flame. Yay! 3 cheers for the not guilty guy. We've determined that he didn't do it. Yes. Hooray! Don't maybe get your gas pipes checked, cause you may have carbon monoxide poisoning. I swear I'll never set foot in a. I mean, that's. Okay. Okay, now, very important. Don't die. You've still got, like, 24 hours to not die. Can we give this man an armed guard? Can we keep the prosecutor away from him? Because remember, the day before yesterday, we got a dude acquitted of murder, and he still wound up dead. So, hi. Listen, you're not out of the woods yet. I don't know, am I a locum? No, can't tell that joke. My name has become rather short. He doesn't know it. Yep. Jubilant jubilation, you're cheating. Okay. He's delighted. Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong, so... Well, you didn't do anything illegal. Yeah, that's me. It's bad. It's difficult to... Yeah. Well, I mean, you see English people, which is terrifying. Haley Joel Osment said that in a movie once, but, yeah. They do say that. They're racist jerks. It's not all in his head. How many times have we been called Nipponese? Okay. Baronial. Good word. Okay. I did. It's a thing that I did. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Also, yeah, they do set off fireworks in there every time someone's found not guilty. It's a miracle the place hasn't burned down more often. Maybe that explains why there was no fire damage after the fire. Everything's just very well fireproofed. Except for the carriage, which they dragged in and then set aflame, so as to murder a guy. Huh, how about that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you haven't... Okay, you haven't actually survived yet. Oh, hi, Herlock. You're here in time for the trial, haven't you? Aren't you? Okay. Thanks, bud. Couldn't do it without you. Well. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh boy. He's the guy who you kinda sorta accidentally tipped the fuzz off to. So, yeah. That's true. Well, yeah. There was that. Very charming man, Herlock. Has anyone ever told you that? I mean, it's not really all his fault. It's not... I mean, you were at the scene of a... He's kind of... He did... Oh boy, don't put him in a headlock. It's gonna go poorly. That's... You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He's not wrong. That's very reasonable, actually. And, several people are culpable for that, including but not limited to you, Mr. Natsume. So, maybe, Ixnay on the Aitenhay of Urlakshay Olmshay? Wait, Urlakhay Olmshay. That's the even way. Etterray. Oh boy. We are but human. Aha! Hey, it was fucky. Not gonna lie. You're walking behind a lady, you see the lady bend over to pick something up, and suddenly the lady goes and is dead? Would have been bad. Well, you weren't the worst. How about that? He was gonna yell at you, but now he's not. Good job, Herlock. No. I suppose that's true. That's true. That is true. He was not found guilty on account of me being a good lawyer. And also, someone else having done all of the things of which he was accused. I mean, he's still cursed by the spirits and now by the Reaper. That's... Listen, maybe because it's not a murder trial, he doesn't feel the need to murder the people who get acquitted. Yeah. That was one time. That was one time. It'll be fine. Also, do you want to stay at my hotel room tonight just in case? But it'll be fine. It'll be completely fine. You'll give him a Susato takedown? Oh god, you gave me a Susato takedown just for demonstrative purposes! Why? That? Why did you do that? Uh-huh. Well. Uh-oh. Okay. Is that because there can only be one Japanese student in London town, and now that you've discovered another, it's time to pass the torch? Oh, it's been a year. Okay. Yeah, you've been accused of murder. Good. He's an Anglophile. Herlock! That's a ruder but perhaps more fundamentally accurate summation of his opinions. That's only slightly it. Ooh. I would have a lot of alliteration, methinks. Likely. Should have said likely. Oh well. We're gonna do the whole lawyer gig for a while. I bet. Not right now. Just been here like a week. Yeah. We'd like to go one whole entire week without being pressed into the service of a person who needs defending against a murder trial they may or may not have done. Accurate statement. We need to find a better one. Well, a cheaper one. Yeah, no, bad. Please know that the windowless basement apartment that is beneath the you know, that's a very kind and generous offer. We'll take it under consideration. It's a very... It does have all of those things. You've made a very generous offer. Mr. Natsume? You'll leave me an accursed evil spirit? Oh, your very own evil spirit? How kind. Oh, it tries to suffocate you while you sleep. Buddy, you're suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. Your pipes are leaking. You're going to die. I don't think the game is being subtle here. This man is suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning on account of his squalid conditions. Herlock? Listen, buddy, if you're looking for a roommate, although it does mean more exposure to your niece? Friend? Friend's daughter? Friend's niece? The pink-haired kid. Well, I mean, pink-haired... Oh, did the pink-haired kid move out? That's not the worst thing. Convenient. We have some, maybe? The great detective's office is attic. That's very nice. Thank you, Herlock. Listen, sight unseen, Herlock Sholmes's office's attic is probably nicer than a windowless basement apartment with what appears to be leaking pipes, or perhaps an evil spirit, or, and this is also a possibility given the universe, both. It could be leaking pipes and an evil spirit, because they do at some point have to actually establish the actual literal supernatural hocus pocus bullshit, because this does take place in the same universe as the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney games, which do have literal, actual hocus pocus magic supernatural bullshit. So at some point we should probably start establishing that. It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay. Well, you'll have a nice going away meal. That's quite nice. I'll go and complete the paperwork. Hooray! You know, she gets to do paperwork. That's her calling in life, I guess. You know I have a name, right? Okay, you don't. Okay. It's fine. It's been a... Sure, let's go with that. We shall meet again. Hopefully you will... I'll be an actual lawyer and you'll know my name. Okay. Wait a second. But Susato's doing paperwork. Is she gonna get another one? I guess she'll get another carriage. And are we telling... She just left to do paperwork and now we're ditching her at the courthouse? It seems rude. It seems... Okay. Well, we rode with Mr. Sholmes to 221B Baker Street. Apartment A. For attic. It's an attic. I mean... Okay. Listen. It's an attic. It's very clearly an attic. However, it's better than Natsume's apartment. Absolutely better than Natsume's apartment. I do not want to hear Ryu whining about this. It's got a window. It's got 2 different points of entry, because there are stairs that go up to it from the main office, and also you've got your like balcony entrance or whatever. You've got a stove. You've got multiple windows. It's fine. This is a decent, like, this place has good bones. This has the good bones of a nice little tiny home / office space. You got your office over there and your apartment in the back. There you go. So you've got it in. You've got a detective and a defense attorney, which doesn't. Well, okay. I suppose it's something. Yay. It's better than our apparent alternative. Oh, hi, you have a different palette. Oh, hi. Oh, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm gonna do a favor for a certain segment of the audience and just kind of leave this image on screen for a minute, because, I mean, listen. It's a rather striking portrait. It's a nice profile you cut there, Mr. Schultz. Hi. What in the actual actual fuck does this game get off? This dude is so hot. Hi, Iris. You don't get a second palette. Okay, that's good to know. You only have the one outfit? Fine. You can be in charge of the... Don't tell me that's a salad gun. Is that a salad gun? Actually, I'm curious to see. Well, the salad shooters are a thing. Okay. So, salad gun is definitely okay. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a dark truth about the city of London Town. Is Jolly London Town haunted? Herlock, are you about to tell me that Jolly London Town is haunted? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is it also the seat of a horrible imperialist death cult? Because, well... I mean, that's... Okay. Ryu, are you not... Have you not suggest... Is he suggesting that there might be a seedy underbelly to Jolly London Town? A seedy underbelly in Jolly London Town? Nonsense! Has anyone seen Mr. Natsume? Oh boy. Welcome to London. For a second there, I thought Herlock himself was going to stab me. But, you know, you very rarely do heel turns for people who are on the box art, I guess. Oh. It wasn't long before my turn came to lift the facade and see the true depth of the murk. Oh boy. Is Susato gonna get accused of the murder of Mr. Natsume? That would be bad.
What profane knowledge is now seared inside of you should never have known.
Too bad! I'm good at reading! Reading is fundamental! I'm gonna take this to Pizza Hut, and I'm gonna get a sticker on the wall, and I'm gonna get me a personal pan pizza! It's a good book!